Guys, it's Rachel with Rachel's Remedies. Thank you so much for coming back. Today we're going to be doing another homeschool day and we're going to be talking about spell to write and read. And if you are new here, I have already started a series on spell to write and read. I'll put the card above why I do it. I have 5 children and the reason I started this channel was so that I could actually make kind of a diary of how I do everything that I do. What we did when we were younger and we had children is we looked at families that we really liked how their kids turned out, and we interviewed the parents and we interviewed the grown children, and we gleaned from those things how we were going to do our family, our life, our marriage. And so I was very determined once I locked on that this is how we're gonna do this. I didn't stop for the whole time. And so now people are asking me, how did you raise your children? And so I'm putting some of that here on this channel. So now, you may be homeschooling because you have to. You may be homeschooling because your neighbor does it. It is very, very important for you, especially if you've discovered spell to write and read or someone told you it was amazing. It's very important for you to write down why you're doing this program. Because there are going to be days where you need to remind yourself, this is why I'm doing this. Because raising your children, eating organic food, doing a keto diet, whatever it is that you may have selected to do, you are doing this for the results. And sometimes, some days, it's just work and no fun. And we live in a society where we want it all fun. So there are going to be hard days. Now, having said that, I cannot begin to tell you how happy I am with our 5 children's reading, writing, spelling, grammar skills. And I would do the whole thing over again. I would never, ever consider any other program ever, ever, ever. So here we are. We are kind of in the program now. You have taught your child how to write all the alphabet in cursive, and you have taught them lowercase letters. We will introduce capitals later, all lowercase letters when you start out. You just want to get A to Z, them handwriting. Now that their handwriting is good enough, legible enough to where you can kind of tell that's an A, you're ready to introduce the learning log. Spell to write and read. We have 2 books. We have the guide and the Wise Guide for Spelling, the Spell to Write and Read Handbook. So basically what I have already gone through is we've gotten to step 8 in step 7 in your book. And before starting the Wise Guide, which is the other book, we want to get to step 11. Okay. Teach numbers 0 through 9. Great. They're learning their numbers and there's a whole page. It's 1 page on teaching numbers. Or 8 is introduce the learning log, which is where we're at. And there's 2 logs. There's a red log and a black log. The black log is for 3rd grade and forward. When I started the program, the black log was from Staples. Now, Spell to Write and Read, they have their own black learning logs and I love theirs. And it's worth the $10 or whatever it is to buy one. All you need every year, once you have the program, is you're gonna get a fresh learning log for the student. And if it's your first year, you want a learning log for you. I always got like a couple just so I was ready for the next year when I ordered things from them. That is pre-K, like pre-K, the reason I got more learning logs is I think pre-K, we only made it through like 5 pages of the front part of the log. Very slow going. You get my point. Then K, they're gonna get faster every year and complete more of their notebook every year. But this is their special workbook. And this represents your time and the students' time together in this adventure. By 3rd grade, they are ready for the black log. They no longer have the baby log. So this is their learning log. Determine which log you're gonna do. And that was step number 8. Step number 9, which is today, we're gonna dictate the consonant and vowel page. So your learning log, and you can use washi tape or you can use red tabs. We always do these red tabs. Your learning log, this is Mackenzie's learning log. This is my learning log. So you have your teacher's learning log and the student's learning log. Both of you are going to have a red tab for the back of the log, and that's where the rules are. And you actually start, before you start using the WISE Guide for Learning, you're going to start with your consonant and vowel page. And you're going to talk about, ideally the first 2 weeks of school, you're doing this page, at least by the second week of school. Early exposure is important to this concept, even kindergarten, pre-kindergarten. I just dove right in to dictating your consonant and vowel page. So this back part of the book are your rules pages. And every year you're gonna do your rules pages. Every year you're gonna do this consonant and vowel page. Every year you're gonna do your multi-letter phonogram page. Every year you're gonna have that sh words. So every year you're doing these pages again. If they're in 5th grade, we do the consonant and vowel page. We're gonna revisit, it's a circular visiting of these principles every year. So you can see by the time they're in 4th or 5th grade, they're extremely proficient at the English language. And if it's their first year and they're in 4th or 5th grade, it will make the English language make so much sense to them that it's like they will catch up. Let's talk about any letter that is not a vowel. The vowels have this special place at the bottom of the page. Any letter that is not a vowel is a consonant, and we're going to put the consonants at the top of the page. We're going to talk about syllables. So we're going to learn about consonants, vowels, and syllables when we do this page. You can put your hand under your chin, and then they can feel when we say ah, a, ah, and then when we say b or k, s. Or when they say their name, Stacy. Can you hear in your name where the vowel is? Consonant, vowel, and syllable. Now a syllable is, let's clap on the syllables. So let's do syllable. Every time a word has a bounce, that's a syllable. So let's take another one. Zoo. How many syllables does zoo have? So it has 1 syllable. Zoology, 4 syllables. So we're going to talk about consonants, vowels, and syllables. And now let's go through the alphabet, and we're going to start with A. So A, ah. And let's pretend they already know all the sounds for the alphabet. A, ah. Is that a consonant or a vowel? And I'm gonna be like, well, it's a vowel because it has a lot, my mouth is moving a lot. Okay, we're gonna skip that and we're gonna go to B. Is that a consonant or vowel? Well, it's a consonant. So we're gonna write our B right there. The B is going to be the very first consonant on the line. When we come to the C has how many sounds? K, S. So it has 2 sounds. So you're gonna have a red pencil for this part because you're gonna write your B, but then when you write your C, it's special because it has more than 1 sound. So we're analyzing each of the consonants and the vowels. So over the C, you're gonna do a little check mark because it has 2 sounds. Then you're gonna write the D. The F is F. The G is G, J. So we're gonna do a check mark over the G. You're gonna go through all of it because they are going to start marking their letters. They're gonna start marking their letters on this special page, and they're going to start, this is, here we go. We're breaking down language. And so G, J has 2 sounds. H, J, K, L, P, Qu. Now Qu has 2 letters, unique one. So we're gonna do the Q and U and we're gonna write them together. Now this is a first grader writing the Q, U together. U always needs U. I don't have my phonogram cards. Where are they? I think they put them back in the attic, but when you do your phonograms, on the back of the phonograms is instructions. Hopefully by now you have printed out your phonogram cards or gotten your phonogram cards, laminated them. On the back, Q always needs a U. U is not a vowel here. you're gonna say that when you show that phonogram. So you're showing the child the phonograms. At the beginning, you're just talking about sounds, but very quickly you wanna get into qu. Q always needs a U. U is not a vowel here. You're going to prompt the child. Y'all are going to say the rule with a QU every time you do that phonogram. With red, you're going to underline the QU. Throughout the program, we will underline all multi-letter phonograms because they're together. And on the reference page, we underline with a red pencil. And if your child is OCD, they would love a little 6-inch ruler at this point for the underlining. So let's go through we've gotten the QU and I've talked about that. R, S, Z is gonna have a check because the S has 2 sounds. T, V, W, X. Yeah, okay. Here we are at the Y and we're going a circle around the Y because it's special. As a consonant, the Y makes only one sound. At the beginning of the syllables, it sounds like a y, as in yard, yes, yet. Y is the only single letter used as a consonant or a vowel. So it's special and it gets a circle around it, and then Z is the last consonant. Or the little special rules. C says S before E, I, or Y. G may say J before E, I, or Y. Q always needs a U. U is not a vowel here. And Z, or Z, never S, says Z at the beginning of a base word. So these are rules, and they're going to start, you're putting the rules in their mouth and in their mind, and you're just laying down the building blocks to language. The first day, you don't want to be exhaust your children. You're making this fun and light, and like reading this little section, you can go over it very quickly. And then I think if they're tired by this point, you can be done for the day. And so thank you so much for watching. I'm going to cover the vowels section and the multi-letter phonogram page, which is the next page, on my next show. Today is Thursday, so then part 2 will be on Monday. I need to start back-to-backing this so we can go ahead and get you caught up to getting into the WISE Guide for Learning. But I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of Spell to Write and Read and Homeschool, and please comment below if you're having issues on your journey. Don't forget cbd.com, www.cbd.com, or www.christianbook.com is the best place, I think, to get extra learning logs or any parts to this program, or even the whole program. christianbook.com does a great job of packaging and selling everything. The Spell to Write and Read website, right now, don't even go there. It's going to frustrate you to no end. So hope y'all enjoyed this. Hope you're having a great day. Can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye.